guys, it's Dan for Generation Productions, and now I'd like to talk about something a bit serious lately that's been going on. In this video, it's not meant for kids, so there may be shots and scenes in this video that may not appeal to a younger audience, so parents and children be advised there may be some shocking and warning shots of photos and things that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Okay, so we are talking today about viruses and illnesses and stuff that's been going on lately, and I've got a theory of what's going on, but there's only just a theory about the coronavirus, and apparently a virus that's hit Kazakhstan. So I'm gonna get into it and talk to you guys about what's been going on. Now, of course, you know, we shouldn't always read and check out things that are on Facebook or something, but one of my friends posted a thing about a thing called 6,000 antelope died in 4 days, and no one knows why. But I have a theory of reason what happened, which could probably be linked to this coronavirus thing that's going on, and I'll explain in a minute. Now, in this article, we have a talk about there's in Kazakhstan, in Africa or wherever it is in Kazakhstan, a lot of I don't know if it's Kazakhstan is in Africa or somewhere in, you know, Pakistan or somewhere around there. Sorry, my geography is not 100% accurate. But anyway, in Kazakhstan, a whole bunch of antelope died off, and the toxicology report sort of states that there was, where was it? Yeah. Basically, tissue samples revealed in the toxicology report that there was toxins produced by Pastorella and possibly Corellia bacteria. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think that's about right. They cause extensive bleeding in most of the animals' organs, and basically, normally it wouldn't affect them, but it seems to affect those that have weakened immune systems. Now that says to me that, and since they also stated later on as well that a lot of the babies, you know, basically the mothers would eat grass and then they'd produce milk, and the babies would also drink the milk and they would die as well from this poisoning of sorts. So my thought was thinking, when I was thinking about this, because we got a shot of the thing here, sort of like that little virus stuffy bacteria stuff, and we'll talk about there they are, all the so those things dying, and I just got, hold on a second, I'll go actually check this out where it actually is. Just give me a second, people. I want to know where Kazakhstan is. Just give me a second. Give me a second, people. Okay, there we go. So that is where also the coronavirus and stuff has been reported in Kazakhstan. So, this gets interesting. Okay, and it's also part of the Soviet dudes who were doing stuff in China and stuff as well. I just stumbled on a theory that might be more accurate than what I thought. Okay, so in Kazakhstan, like I said, there was all these antelope were dying off from eating, you know, grass and drinking water, but they all seem to have died off, and you know, all these antelope died off. But I have a theory of what's going on, and we also have the thing about the coronavirus from eating bats. So I have a big theory, people. Now I'm going to go and blow people's minds with this theory, because I think this is the best one, this theory of where this coronavirus came from and where this virus came from that attacked these antelope. And that is from an experimental herbicide. So this is my theory, and I think the Soviet Union guys are going to really hate me for this. But the way I figured that what happened is there was an experimental herbicide and somehow that got sprayed on stuff to try and protect against bugs and stuff. The bats ate the bugs, and the virus or the herbicide that's got sprayed on the bugs went into the bats, and also got into maybe a little bit of the water and a bit of the grass as well for other animals and stuff too, and that's what's caused those animals' deaths, and also caused why people are sick. So I have a theory, maybe if the Chinese government or the Australian government or some of the scientist dudes are interested in looking into this, I'm really wondering if the coronavirus and the other viruses were actually started a bacterial or viral infection caused by the toxins used in a herbicide. So there you go, people. There's a theory for you guys about the coronavirus and about some weird stuff going on, and my theory about where all this stuff come from. I have a strong theory. There was an experimental, like I said, an experimental, herbicide, and that's the reason why the government want to keep secret about it, because it was like I said, it was like an experimental thing, and it was supposed to help boost the economy by protecting the vegetables and the plants and stuff by spraying the trees and spraying the plants and stuff with this new herbicide. And this new herbicide somehow the toxins in that herbicide seem to animals ate it and caused this thing to take off. So that's my theory. So I hope that the scientists have a look into it, that maybe the possible reason for coronavirus and the virus that attacked those antelope or whatever could be tied back down to some sort of chemical that was used in a herbicide or a new form of herbicide that the Chinese government was working on, or whoever it was the Soviet Union guys were working on, and somehow it's causing the actual deaths. So that's my theory. Sorry again for the Soviet Union and the China and all those guys. Sorry if I did spill the beans, if this theory is correct, but that's somewhere where some people can look for a start to find out where it came from. Now, how I came to this conclusion that it was a herbicide that could be the cause of all this, well, I said the animals like the antelope died after eating grass and drinking water, which also herbicides have been known to affect. Also, the reason why I think the coronavirus that was started with that thing was because of the bats. Bats eat insects, and then the insects and whatever poison or whatever that was to poison the bugs could have poisoned the bats and then poisoned people. So there you go, people. That's my theory of what could have happened with this whole virus thing that's going on, and how it could have started off. It could have been some sort of chemical thing from a herbicide. But like I said, there we go. Just I hope that that might be an answer to the problem. Maybe finding what herbicides China and the Soviet Union blokes were using, or any kind of herbicides that were being used, and then, like I said, check to see what herbicides were used or what kind of poisons were used with bats and pangolins and maybe fish. I don't know what this poison could have been used for, or this kind of herbicide could have been used for. But it's just a theory, people. So there's my theory. Because also, that's right too, pangolins also eat insects as well. So there we go. So bats and pangolins eat insects, and if it was a herbicide that was sprayed on to protect against bugs, the bugs could have eaten that stuff and then got sick, and then the pangolins and the bats could have come along and eaten that herbicided bugs, and then that's what made people, and then people ate that, and that's what transferred the virus or the toxins over to the other people. So that's just a theory, people, of what could have happened, which makes sense to me, but I don't know, it could mean other stuff happening too. But also it does pose up another question as well, because I'm being a Christian as well, so even if some of the people don't believe my theory that it could be a herbicide thing, there's also another possibility too, which could be an act of God. We talk about in Revelation 2 verse 22, it says, "Indeed I'll cast her into a sick bed, and those who commit adultery with her into a great tribulation, unless they repent of their deeds." And since, no offense to the Asian people, like China, Japan, and those guys, and the Soviet Union, but you guys have been picking on Christians a lot, and maybe that's where God said enough is enough, and maybe that's the reason why you guys are sick. Just a theory, because of the crackdown on Christian stuff and blaming Christians for everything. Maybe God has had enough of that, and maybe that's the reason why he's allowing these viruses and sicknesses to take a hold. That's just my theory, another theory as well. But again, this is all speculation, only theory, but people, you can take it as you will. Oh, by the way, that last thing about in the Revelation thing about adultery, I looked up the meaning of adultery, and it also doesn't necessarily mean sexual. It could also mean what was it? Sorry, people, just give me a second. The battery's running dry, so I've got to keep moving. Try and do as quickly as possible. Also means disloyalty. So even maybe some of these places have been disloyal to God. Maybe that's where it comes down to. Maybe that's the reason why God's allowing these viruses to come along, because the countries that have been affected by the coronavirus have had disloyalty towards God. That might be an idea as well. But anyway, people, just some thoughts to throw out there, not to scare anyone, because I don't believe the world's going to end. A lot of people are saying, yes, this pandemic could end the whole world as we know it, and stuff like that. No, I don't think so, because we've had Black Plague, we've had measles, we've had chickenpox, we've had various other virus and sicknesses and illnesses, and the world has not been destroyed by a virus. So I do believe that the coronavirus will eventually die out, or something else will come along to replace it. But as far as I know, I don't think, I've got a feeling, I don't think it will actually kill everybody off, as some people think it will, especially with all the security measures in place in Australia and America, and some of these other countries are now starting to take effect with new, helping to stop the virus, stop the spread of the virus. So, but like I said, scientists, I highly recommend you guys look into the herbicide theory of mine, that maybe this whole thing was caused by a herbicide that was actually developed in China or around Asia, that this herbicide may have been what caused the coronavirus. So there's a theory for you guys, the scientists and people out there on YouTube, to have a look into as a theory. There's nothing really to back up my theory except for thinking about the food chain, about how a herbicide could be sprayed on grass and in water. It could get into the water and sprayed on bugs, and the bats and the pangolins ate the bugs, and that's where the virus spread through them. All the toxins that created the virus spread through those animals, and then spread to us because, some people decide to eat bats and pangolins. But there we go, just a theory, people. So yeah, thank you people for watching, and yeah, people please stay safe and God bless. Okay, bye.